is the 12th annual International Ethnography Symposium, which is the first time we've held it in Manchester, but it has been running for a number of years at other universities around the UK, and it brings together academics from around the world to deliver papers that advance and progress ethnographic research in a number of different disciplinary fields, from management, business and management studies, through to sociology and anthropology.
It's a great place to mix with like-minded colleagues, people who've undertaken similar work, and to hear about interesting work and find out about how other people deal with the specific challenges of this sort of work.
It is the place where ethnographers have the opportunity to explore each other's work and engage with the latest developments in the field.
When you talk to people from completely different disciplines, one of the interesting things that happens is you have to explain some of the things that you take for granted about your method and your theory. And that can often lead to really interesting conversations which spark off real creativity.
There are a number of streams in this conference addressing different aspects of ethnography. What we're looking at here is ethnographies of health and care. The roots of ethnography are quite closely linked to studies of clinics, of how medicine is implemented and developed. So what we're looking at here is trying to explore this, but also explore it in a much more in contemporary terms, to understand how that works as healthcare systems are fragmented, or in some cases are breaking down, and also how that works in a kind of global sense, so how this works and how you link global changes in health, in disease and medicine with local changes and local implementation.
I'm interested in implementation of evidence-based medicine and some of the trials and tribulations that people have, no pun intended, in how to kind of get things that seem like good practice spread around a bit more widely. But I look at that in relation to domestic violence and kind of improvement of care in general practice settings.
There's so much exciting scholarship going on in ethnography today, particularly in organisational ethnography and particularly looking at forms of power.
It seems like everyone here is really interested in how health is a bit of like a messier thing, and kind of that it involves the kind of work across lots of different types of organisations, and actually using ethnography as a way to try and understand some of that complexity in a way that other methods don't usually allow.
What I love about ethnography is it's a really good research approach for answering difficult questions. So it helps you understand not only how things are changing, but why things are changing. In my case, I'm interested in Parliament, and Parliament's been really well studied by people who are under pressure to seem very scientific. So they tend to do quantitative work, they tend to count things like votes, and I was the first anthropologist who went into the British Parliament, so I felt I got something new to offer.
I always think I'm getting away with it doing ethnography in a business school because it takes 12 months of field work. But it produces findings and results that no other research can do. And the thing about doing ethnography is you're still interested in it when you're 65, whereas I think some of the quant studies people, you look at those down the corridor, they tend to look a little bit bored by the time you get to 65. No ethnographer is bored from the work that they do. So as a support network as well for young academics, especially in places like business schools where sometimes a bit of suspicion laid on 12 months field work, this seems a bit of an indulgence or excessive. Well, not if you want to do real ethnography.